Hello, hi, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. My name is Heather, I'm the Songbird Stamper, and I'm here from a little break from YouTube. I've been absent for a while, and I'm back today to share with you this cute little gift bag project. This is the first project in a series of 3D projects that I'm going to be bringing you. Thinking Christmas, gift giving, craft fairs, maybe not this year but next, depending on what you decide to make for. So this is filled with a whole bag of chocolate limes, ready for me to gift to somebody over the festive period. And I'm going to show you how to make that one today. So I've got a piece of soft succulent cardstock to begin with, and I'm going to cut that down to 20 centimetres by 28.5 centimetres. I'm a bit forceful with my trimmer, so apologies for the noise. I'll try and be a bit gentler. 28.5 centimetres. And I'm going to score it on the short side. That's this side, so the short side at the top. And I'm going to score that at 1.5 centimetres. I just score that on the right hand side. I find it a bit easier for me. To excuse my big fluffy jumpers today, it's a bit chilly at the moment. And then I'm going to turn that round and score that at 15.5 centimetres. So 1.5, 1.5 and 15.5. And score it on the long side at 9 centimetres, 13.5 centimetres, 22.5 centimetres, and 27. So that's all the trimming that we're going to do. Now we need to cut off a few of these little sections. I'm going to bone fold and burnish, or fold and burnish all of these score lines before I start. It makes it a little bit easier for you guys to see what I'm doing. I need to stick my grid paper down, I think. And also it means that I only have to do one score line, one crease line. But if you want to do yours after you've cut, that's absolutely up to you. Like I say, all the instructions and the diagram for this is going to be over on my blog. But you need to cut away this piece and this piece to begin with, and also this piece here. So we're going to do this one in a oneer. So trim down there and trim that off, and just this piece here, little rectangle. And this is going to be the flap that we use to glue, so I'm just going to taper in those edges ever so slightly. And then this one here, this little rectangular flap here, we need to trim away as well. So cut down both of those score lines, and then just get your snips in there and trim across. And last but not least, you need to trim up the sides of this section here. I'm hoping this works, because would you believe it, this is the third time I've recorded this video. I'm hoping it's not an omen, a sign of things to come. So everything should fit work now. It looks good. I'm going to put a little bit of glue down this edge here. I want to use my Stampin' Seal Plus, but typically I don't seem to have one ready, so bear with me. I'm just going to show you, maybe this is a good demonstration to show you. So you get the refill and it comes in this bag here. The cases can be reused, which is great, and we're going to pop this in, just lining these two holes up with these two holes here. That's it. And then that's going to close on there. And to get things started, oh, I've just got that caught in. You don't want to get the tape caught. It's got a bit of a gunk build up here, look, so just pull that away. And then that will close a bit better. Now to start the tape off, you might just need to push it along a bit until you find a sticky edge. And then just run the tape down and lift off. You don't need to flick the edges of it or anything like that anymore. And then you can fold that over, give it a good old press, and that will be stuck down for you then. Now, to make the closure on the top of the bag, you have to just gently push in at the sides. I'm going to close the bottom of the bag first, I think. So just push those 2 tabs in, that one down, and then we're going to glue on the bottom of here. And put some glue on the bottom of there. I'll stick with the same adhesive. So sides in, bottom in, and then that one folds over. Make sure you've got it all lined up. And then what you can do is you can just grab your bone folder and push down. Once you've got that filled with goodies, that'll close nicely. So to make the top close, these are the flaps that are actually going to close, and we're going to use a hole punch. So when we get there, so that's my hole punch. But I want to make the edges close first, so just push your fingers and gently, gently, gently work your way down as well, and it's going to look like this in the end. Can you see? So you want to kind of help it along its way. That's it. And then when you've got that closure there, that's when you can go in with your hole punch and punch a couple of little holes. Going through both at the same time means that you'll definitely have them lined up. You see, if you did one at a time on either side, you might not have those in the right position. And then we're going to use ribbon to help our box close. So I'm going to go from the front through both of those holes. I probably could have done a bigger hole, but you know, I like to make life difficult. And then you're going to go back through from the back to the front. Give yourself plenty of ribbon to trim off the ends as well. And then you just tie that closed. You can pop a glue dot underneath there if you find it easier. That's how I sometimes do my bows, but there we go, nice little bow. I'm going to trim the ends, but I'm not going to make them neat because I'm going to undo this and fill it up again. So they're not the same length. Does that make sense? But that's okay because I am going to change this. I want to fill it up with goodies. So I've got a piece of designer series paper to decorate the front of my box with. And you get this bowing in here at the moment. When you've filled it with treats, that will come back to a natural shape. That piece there is 8.5 by 13.5. I don't need this seal plus on that one, so I'm just going to go with my normal seal. Again, you can use Tombow multipurpose liquid glue, tear and tape, or any other adhesive of your choice. Lay that with a bit of a border. Okay, stick that in place. Now I've got a little strip of paper here as well. This is 8.5 by 2.5. I'm just going to tie the ribbon in with that. So I'm going to put a bit of Seal Plus, just because it's the stronger of the two, and then lay that on top of my ribbon so a little bit is poking out from underneath. I'm hoping you can see. Such gorgeous ribbon. And then just trim the edges. Now this design series paper is the Eden's Garden paper, but you can use whichever paper you've got. And a bit more seal on there, and that's going to go flat onto my piece. Where do we think? About here? About there. I think that's kind of straight. There we go. Now to decorate, I've already stamped, coloured and cut my poinsettia pieces and my leaves. So these were stamped in grey, basic grey, and they were coloured in using my Stampin' Blends. Love Stampin' Blends. And I've got Poppy Parade, Pale Papaya, Evening Evergreen and Soft Succulent. So I'm just going to pop that flower together for us. All I do with my petals is just hold in the middle and bend all those petals up. And the same on the big one. There's 3, this is the Poinsettia Petals set. It's gorgeous. These images are at 65%, but you get 3 flowers. So this is the medium one, and there's an even bigger one in there as well, which is great for doing some bigger projects. And I'm going to do the same with my leaves. I'm just going to hold it at the base of the leaf and curl it upwards. I've done all 3 of the smaller leaf. Bigger leaf was just a little bit too big for what I wanted. And then I've done 2 of the berries. My sincerest apologies, I need to get a new memory stick, I think. This one is full. But just to come back to show you, I finished creating this project and I've just put the poinsettia together, laid on top of the other like this. The leaves I've stuck up on dimensionals and with the fronds sticking out. That's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like what you see, please do hit subscribe, because as I say, I'll be making a series of projects. I've got a really good selection coming up for you, and I don't want you to miss out on anything that you might be interested in making. So that's all for me today. Thank you so much indeed, and I will catch up with you all again soon. Bye for now.